What's going on, guys? Welcome to part 9 of the Road to $1 million agency. Today we got the smoke spot. It's kind of hard to see, but yeah, you see the downtown skyline. I had to go down a little bit down the steps because my actual smoke spot is kind of taken. And the reason I mentioned the smoke spot is, I've been kind of like reflecting on my relationship with weed lately, especially because I'm about to make a big move. I'm about to leave this beautiful city here, Calgary. I'm about to go to Montreal. And I'm in a phase where basically to make, the $1 million agency goal happen or any big business goal, I need to really lock in and really get relentless. I read that book by Tim Grover, the coach of Kobe Bryant, last year, and I really liked it. He just talks about basically the top competitive mindset. I've also been reflecting to my relationship with competition because I've always been a very competitive guy. I used to be a professional League of Legends player, and just that idea of dominance, both over others, but yourself, dominating others in a way where, you're kind of like just kind of each going for the same goal, and you're overcoming yourself and beating your competitors. And it's a strange concept because I especially like the concept of win-win and positive sum games. So, you don't want to think of life as having so little opportunity and then you have to be ruthless with other people to get yours. I think that's obviously a pretty toxic mindset, but there's something beautiful about being a powerful competitor and being a skilled person and being good at your craft. Skill and competition, I guess, are different things, but I've always valued skill and being very highly skilled at what I do. That's why I read a lot of books. That's why I try to work a lot of self-improvement, self-development. And I'm at the point where I've thrown a lot of stuff at the wall these last 10 years. But I've not really become a master, In my youth, I was literally a challenger player. Almost went pro in League of Legends, but decided that wasn't really the path. And I've never really managed to replicate that level of top success since then. So I'm still working towards it and learning across the way. That's why I like shooting these vlogs to kind of make little time capsules to remind myself of my progress. But yeah, I felt that weed was taking a bit of a coping mechanism, especially because I've come to this conclusion that my head and my ideas and my intellect is split from my emotions and my heart. So I get these ideas and then at the moment they feel right, but then it doesn't, or it sounds right maybe, but it doesn't really feel right, so it doesn't move me and motivate me at the end of the day. I've always struggled with motivation and keeping things going. I'm kind of like the shiny object syndrome type of guy, working on dating photo shoots, finance, creative events, content production strategies, blah, blah, blah. You've seen at the start of the series at episode 1, we're doing a completely different business model than we're doing now. And now I don't even know what business model I'm doing. I'm kind of in a reset phase, to be honest. So that's why I think it's a good time to kind of introspect on motivations and motivation and core alignment. So for me, 2 habits that lately I've been thinking about are watching porn and then the weed, because they're both about avoidance, buying good emotions from kind of nowhere, taking the easy way out, avoiding the hard things in life, right? So I'm not really dating right now, more on my monk mode and grind. So you see, that's where the porn comes from. And then the weed is interesting because it gives me so much good. It helps me with ideas, it helps me with seeing the beauty of life. I just feel a lot of well-being when I'm high, and I'm trying to gain that back sober. So I'm not quitting for good or anything like that. I don't like that idea. I like using it once in a while. So right now I'm going to take a 3-day break and really use these next 2 weeks before I leave to Montreal to really kind of dig down on my purpose and how that ties to my business. Because as I said, I'm looking to kind of go hard and basically go big or go home when I do go. Well, funny enough, home in Montreal. So I'm pretty excited about that. And I'm just a very all or nothing kind of person. I don't like being middle of the pack, being mediocre, not doing much. It's just that boring life. It just doesn't really appeal to me. So I can't really be happy unless I really excel and dominate at what I do. Otherwise, I just feel shallow and I'm just but he had the expression Mickey Mouse shit, you know, I'm just fucking around, not doing much. So I don't know exactly what my craft is, whether that's content production, whether that's, I guess that's what it is, right? Personal branding, taking pictures of people. The whole idea is that you use niche knowledge to help people that are, occupied in another field of life, like they're working on their career. So I use my photography knowledge to help them with their personal branding, their image, and then it's kind of like win-win, you know? I like the idea of using my research, which is probably my favorite activity as an INTP, to help my clients and help my community. I've done a lot of community projects lately with Calgary Creatives and Calgary Business Club, and I want to continue that in Montreal. I think it's very satisfying to work with people as a group. One of the top projects I've ever done in my entire life was the fashion show I did last year, and it was so cool because it was like a tribe project, you know? It all came together with varying skill sets, and you know, there was the models, guys and girls. I love beautiful women, so it was cool to work with them. The photographers, the videographers, the organizers, the other agency, the lighting people, the sound people, like it all came together into a beautiful performance. So I like that versus, you know, kind of like just working in my room, not feeling like I have any impact. So definitely going to be building towards other kind of projects, especially because as an intellectual, like it seems like not many people are intellectuals, so they don't actually like to deeply research topics. So hopefully it can be a little bit of a win-win where I bring that niche expertise where, for example, the whole idea behind starting a modeling agency was, you know, sorry, but I haven't seen many models that read books on like marketing and content production or maybe even finance, how to make their cash flow work properly. So, you know, I like to sit all day and research that type of stuff. So it seemed like a good mutually beneficial kind of business model. And that's where we go back to like the effort thing where, you know, I can think of all these ideas and these things that kind of make sense, but unless I'm really all in and giving it my all, like I've really run into this 10x rule where what I'm doing is working, but it's going to take 10 times the amount of effort and motivation to actually get through. So I'm actually wearing my Royals hoodie, so I'll showcase it. Very proud of that also. I think I'll eventually start a clothing brand or something around it, but it's just a little hoodie that I made myself to kind of solidify my grind and purpose, give me a little motivation. I just love wearing this, you know? A lot of my vision and business that I'm trying to do, like it's such a, like a long-term horizon that I call it kind of the bridge analogy, you know? If you have 80% of a bridge or 90% of the bridge or 70% of the bridge, like you got nothing, you know? It's basically 0%, even though you're almost there, you know? So that's kind of what it feels like. Like I've made a lot of progress in my career, in my life these last 10 years, but right now there's not that much to show for it. But if I take it seriously and really actualize that potential, then in, you know, maybe not 1 year, but 2-3 years, like something really, really powerful could happen. So I've laid the seeds, I've sowed the seeds. It's not quite time yet to reap, but I'm looking forward to that time. And taking the little wins along the way, cataloging, time capsules. So I love weed and it helps me kind of feel good before being there, but not that I'm scared of. Yeah, I know I am actually. I feel like big visions and big goals are hard to come by, and especially great enterprises and big things don't happen out of the blue. And if I'm not 100%, like I don't think I'll make it. And I've seen some people lately that I don't think are living up to their potential, and that kind of scares me. So I'm trying to do right for myself and do right for the version of Kyle or Ismail that's going to be, you know, a year from now watching this vlog. Hopefully you've done some good stuff and it's working out, and I believe in you, bro. So hopefully, you know, we're here in Calgary. It's been nice. Kind of sick of it though. I feel kind of stuck here, so looking forward to getting back home in Montreal and, you know, having some beautiful adventures there. So stay tuned, guys. Stay awesome, and yeah, talk to you guys later.